whilst we remain standing. Amen to that prayer. Whilst we are standing, please look to your right and to your left and tell whoever is by your side, cheers to life. Being alive is a privilege that we must not toy with. Let me welcome the chairman of the Investiture committee, Mr. Adetunji Oyebanji, F.IoD, the first vice president, IoD, for a welcome address. Can we put our hands together for Mr. Tunji Oyebanji? We can do better than that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My names are Adetunji Adetokunbo Oyebanji. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you this evening. The special guest of honor is Excellency Dr. Dauda Lawal, Governor of Zamfara State, ably represented by the Chief of Staff to the state, Alhaji Moukhtar Lugga. Our guest of honor is Excellency Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, F.IoD, Governor of Lagos State. The chairman of the occasion, Chief Dr. Olusegun Osunkeye, CON, OFR, FCA, D.FIoD. The royal father of the day, His Royal Highness Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, CFR, CNOL, JP, Emir of Kano, represented by Alhaji Shehu Mohammed Salkin Sanu Kano. Our distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Oscar Onyema, OON, F.IoD, our outgoing president of our great institute, Dr. Ije Jidemma, F.IoD, our incoming president, Alhaji Tijjani M. Borodo, and his lovely wife, our very distinguished past presidents here present, members of the Governing Council and Executive Committee of the Institute, members of the Investiture Planning Committee, fellows and members of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, our valued sponsors and guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to the investiture ceremony of the 18th President and Chairman of the Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, Alhaji Tijjani M. Borodo, LLM, F.IoD. It is indeed an honor for me to stand before you this evening We are indeed very grateful to you all for accepting our invitation to be here tonight, despite your very busy schedules. The Institute is today witnessing a change of pattern from one strategic leadership to another after a peaceful and rancor-free election. Today, as we witness this milestone of having a new captain to steer the ship of our great institute forward, we also celebrate the wonderful contribution of the outgoing president in the last 2 years. The Chartered Institute of Directors in Nigeria has always set a shining example through its seamless leadership transition system, which not only ensures continuity, but also creates a harmonious relationship between the past, the present, and the future leadership of the Institute. Today is no different, and I can assure you that the President's Investiture Committee, led by my humble self, has left no stone unturned to ensure we have a wonderful time here this evening. Let me, on behalf of the Institute, express our appreciation to our eminent guests who have heeded our calls and joined us here tonight. Our special guest of honor, the Executive Governor of Zamfara State, Alhaji Dauda Lawal, and our guest of honor, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, F.IoD. We thank your Excellencies very much for honoring our invitation. The chairman of the occasion, a reputable captain of industry and distinguished fellow of the Institute, Chief Olusegun Osunkeye. We thank you, sir, for your support always. Our royal father, the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Bayero, CFR, we appreciate your presence and thank you for the royal splendor you have brought into the event. I also welcome and thank our dear guest speaker, our own Mr. Oscar Onyema, OON, the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Exchange Group. Your Excellencies, Your Highness, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, tonight's event promises to be an exciting one, as we have made provision not just to install our new president in a grand style, but also to provide you with entertainment that would make the evening totally enjoyable. Once again, I extend my sincere gratitude to all our distinguished guests for honoring us with their presence. Finally, I would like to urge you all to sit back and enjoy the offerings of the evening. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, sir. A better round of applause for Mr. Tunji. At this point in time, let's invite the chairman of the event, Chief Dr. Olusegun Osunkeye, CONOFR, FCA, D.FIoD. Let's put our hands together for him for his remark. We can do better than that.
The 18th president of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, Alhaji Tijjani Borodo, LLM, F.IoD, and Mrs. Borodo. The immediate past president, Dr. Mrs. E.J. Idema, F.IoD, past presidents of F.IoD here present, let me especially recognize the special guest of honor, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Dauda Lawal, Executive Governor of Zamfara State, ably represented here tonight by the Chief of Staff, Alhaji Moukhtar Lugga, member of the Order of the Niger MON, the Royal Father of the day, His Royal Highness, Alhaji Aminu Bayero, CFR, CNOL, GEP Emir of Kano, ably represented tonight. The guest speaker, Mr. Oscar Onyema, OON, F.IoD, Group Managing Director and CEO of Nigeria Exchange Group. Fellows and members of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, distinguished invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me, before my brief remarks, to ask you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to be upstanding. We have lost an icon, a colossus, in the name of elder statesman Pa Akintola Williams, a defender of corporate governance par excellence. He died at the age of 104. We will miss him. May I request you to be upstanding to observe 1 minute silence in his honor. May the soul of the faithful departed, by the mercy of God, rest in perfect peace. Please be seated. Let me start by expressing my thanks to the Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, for inviting me to be the chairman at this investiture ceremony of Alhaji Tijjani, Borodo, LLM, Fellow of the Chartered Institute of Directors, as the 18th President and Chairman of Governing Council of the Institute. I am very happy to be here this evening to felicitate with a friend, a man of high integrity and a professional to the core, Alhaji Borodo. This year marks the 48th year anniversary of the Institute. We are celebrating 40 years of visionary leadership and corporate governance. So, it is double celebration and double joy, celebrating the investiture of the 18th President and the ruby anniversary of our Institute. Congratulations to all of us. It is befitting that on this, our ruby 40th anniversary year, we received our charter. Thus, we are perfectly entitled to use the professional designation as the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria. The Chartered Institute of Directors jealously guards its core values, which include integrity, meritocracy, professionalism, accountability, and probity in promoting best corporate governance practices, director development, and advocacy. I can testify that the Institute has over the years been pursuing programs to actualize the aims of its vision and mission. And as an example, I served as the chairman of the Director Development Committee for about 8 years, from 1999 to 2007. Thank you. Facilitating, directing the enterprise program in collaboration with the Lagos Business School, then located at Ahmed Onibudo Street in Victoria Island, Lagos. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have challenges in the corporate governance environment in our country. These challenges are what the Business Day newspaper, in its front page issue of Monday, 4th September 2023, called Corporate Governance Gaps in the Management and Regulatory Functions of the Central Bank of Nigeria. It is my view that the Nigerian Code of Governance in the public sector is urgently needed to regulate the structure, operations, and activities of the ministries, departments, and agencies. This is because both the private and public sectors should incorporate the pillars of governance, transparency, responsibility, accountability, and fairness in all ramifications in order for us to have a prosperous country. It appears to me that it is a weak governance structure in the public sector that made it possible for the Central Bank of Nigeria to refuse to publish its financial statements for 7 years, 2016 to 2022, until 11th August 2023, despite the provision of Section 50 of the CBN Act 2007, that the audited accounts shall be transmitted to the National Assembly and the President within 2 months after each financial year and be published in the Gazette. At this juncture, permit me to go back to the annual Corporate Governance Conference held in 2013, organized by the Society for Corporate Governance Nigeria. I was the chairman of the conference. The theme of the conference was corporate governance, corporate culture, and challenges. The speakers at the conference, I know the president is looking at me. The speakers at the conference were Mr. Jim Obazi, who was then the Executive Secretary and CEO of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, and Alhaji Tijjani Borodo, who was then the Company Secretary of FBN Holdings PLC, and today, by the grace of God, the 18th President of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria. In his presentation at the conference, Mr. Obazi stated inter alia that the existing codes regulated the activities of the private companies to the exclusion of public corporations and other government-owned business agencies. Mr. Obazi assured that when the National Code of Corporate Governance comes into effect, public establishments will be subjected to the same regulations as private institutions in terms of corporate governance compliance. Here we are, 10 years later, we are still waiting. Based on the above, I request that the government should release the Code of Governance for the private sector before the end of 2023. It will be a great achievement, as well as being the bedrock to support the reform agenda of the government. In his presentation at the Sept conference, Alhaji Tijjani Borodo, our brand new president of Chartered Institute of Directors Nigeria, live here tonight, stated that there was need for the principle of corporate governance to move gradually from having a persuasive effect to becoming enforceable, so that organizations and other stakeholders were obliged to abide by the principles. He explained that currently, corporate governance codes were not actionable and penalties did not lie against their infringement. Our CIoD president, Alhaji Borodo, went on to say, and I quote, "However, the enforceability of corporate principles was necessitated by the fact that corporations were governed and controlled with a view to increasing shareholders' value as well as other stakeholders' expectations. These stakeholders include the employees, creditors, the government, and the society where such organizations are situated." End of quote. I would therefore like to end my remarks by requesting the 18th president of the Chartered Institute of Directors Nigeria to include in his list of priorities that the Nigerian Code of Governance in the public sector is promulgated during his tenure. I wish you success and satisfaction. God bless all of us. Thank you, Jasmine.
Let's give the applause for our chairman. Thank you very much, sir. I can help you down. On the lineup is a remark by the royal father of the day, His Royal Majesty Alhaji Aminu Bayero, represented by Alhaji Shehu Muhammad Saraki Shao. Oh my word. Thank you so very much. Let's put our hands together for the representative of the Emir of Kano. Your Majesty. Your Highness.
The chairman of the occasion, Chief Olusegun Osunkeye, the representative of His Excellency, the Governor of Zamfara State, who is represented today by his Chief of Staff, the 18th President of the CIoD, with the permission of the chairman, because of time, I'd like to stand on already established protocol. A few years ago, I was here doing the same thing, representing the Emir of Kano, when Alhaji Ahmed Rufai Muhammad was having his investiture as the president of F.IoD. It's amazing how time flies. When I met Ahmed Rufai a few hours ago, we reminisced on the whole thing that had happened from that time to date. I'm happy the chairman of the occasion has set an agenda for Alhaji Tijjani Borodo. So thank him for that, Chairman. As I said earlier, I was here before, but I was not here on my own. Today, I am also not here on my own. I'm representing His Highness, Alhaji Aminu Bayero, the Emir of Kano. Incidentally, this morning at the airport, he was on his way to Abuja, and I was there waiting for my flight to Kano. I greeted him. He said, "Remember, when we get there, tell Tijjani he has a very big task ahead of him. I know the CIoD has been very well over the years, but he is the second Kano man who is holding that seat. Therefore, tell him, I expect much, much more from him." Fortunately, CIoD over the years has done so well. It is doing much, much better. The chairman of the occasion mentioned certain qualities that are inherent in CIoD. These qualities are in Alhaji Tijjani Borodo. With this, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Emir of Kano, I wish Alhaji Tijjani Borodo, the 18th president, successful tenure, and the CIoD many, many, many years of helping the Nigerian economy and the business in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Once again, thank you very much for that opening speech, for that remark, Your Majesty. Now we have the representative of the special guest of honor, Governor of Zamfara State, Alhaji Dauda Lawal, representative of the governor is here. Let's put our hands together as he comes, gives us his remark. Let's give the applause. It's a long walk. It's a long walk. Thank you very much.
Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The chairman of this occasion, the 18th president and chairman of the Chartered Institute of Directors, other distinguished members, His Royal Highness, the representatives of the governors of Kano, Lagos, all other protocols observed. I stand here as the Chief of Staff to His Excellency, the Governor of Zamfara, to, one, offer his apology for his inability to make this very, very important occasion, which he has looked forward to. As you know, the newly formed government under the leadership of Dr. Dauda is up and doing, and is doing all he can to restore the glory of our state. So I want to sincerely apologize on his behalf. I don't have any prepared speech. He hasn't given me one. What he said to me is I should represent him and I should be of my best behavior. And I should also dress very well. That's the reason why I look rather overdressed. So forgive me, Your Excellency. I recall the first day I met the 18th president and chairman, and that was my first day on this job. That was when he came to officially witness the swearing-in of his son, and that's my Excellency. The instruction I was given at that time that take care of him, he's a VVIP. When I hear VVIP, I know what that means, honestly. I know how he feels about you. I know how he looks up to you. He has said so many, many good things about you. And I want to sincerely thank you on behalf of the people of Zamfara State for the mentorship you have given to our governor that has turned him into a very fine young man. Mr. Chairman, usually what I do is when I don't know somebody, I quickly Google. Thanks to Google. I Googled you and it actually confused me the more. I got a lot of hits. I didn't even know what article to read. You are an accomplished person. I really, really will want to be like you when I grow up. I am totally, totally intimidated by your achievements. Young people like me, I'm 56, but I can pass for, I think I can use it in this occasion. We look up to people like you, and you make us very proud. You make the entire northern Nigeria look bright, and I sincerely, sincerely thank you. The last time I was in Lagos was ages ago, Your Excellency. So this occasion has given me a chance to reconnect, to also see the progress that has been recorded over the years. And I want to assure you, the next time you come to Zamfara, we're going to give Lagos the run for its money, honestly. My Excellency, the Governor, has started making reforms. We're just less than 100 days, but we have a lot to celebrate. The most important thing outside the infrastructural development, which you currently know is going on, he's also taken the issue of insecurity head on. So inshallah, Zamfara is going to be back to slowly, like I said. We are looking forward to people coming into our state and actually enjoying the hospitality of our people, and also the chance to invest in a very vibrant state that has a lot of potential. He didn't send me to market Zamfara, he sent me to actually give you his goodwill. So forgive me if I digress. For every opportunity, you never know, you understand. So I always throw that Zamfara is ready. So I want to congratulate you once again on behalf of the people of Zamfara State. I want to appreciate what you have done. And I have had all the challenges that are thrown to you, but I know they're a piece of cake. We're looking forward to you taking this organization to the next level. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Fantastic speech of the head. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together. At this point in time, let me invite the expert band for a 3 minutes interlude. Can we run with that as quickly as we can? Thank you.
Bye.
Elephant Band. Thank you. Our guest speaker for the day is Mr. Oscar Onyema, OON, F.IoD, and the Group MD and CEO, Nigerian Exchange Group. He will be talking to us on the CIoD, the Premier Corporate Governance and Leadership Development Body in Nigeria, a very key conversation that we must have going forward. Can we put our hands together for Mr. Oscar Onyema as he comes for his presentation? Let's put our hands together for Mr. Oscar Onyema, please.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chair, with your permission, I would rely on the protocol that has been established. I know I'm the only person standing between everyone and their dinner, so I want to move quickly through the presentation. It is my pleasure to congratulate the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, CIoD, on its 40th anniversary and its recently attained charter status, signed into law by former President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, in May 2023. It is also an honor to be invited as guest speaker at this investiture ceremony. At this junction, I would like to congratulate Alhaji Tijjani M. Borodo, LLM, F.IoD, on his investiture and swearing in as the 18th President and Chairman of the Governing Council of the Institute, and wish him a most fulfilling experience during his tenure. I would also like to congratulate the 17th President, Dr. Mrs. Ije Jidema, for finishing very strong. And I would like to congratulate the new Governing Council members here present. The Institute is an organization that I have great affinity with. I have been a life member since 2013 and was elevated to fellow in 2017. I have also served on the Institute's Nomination and Governance Committee for several years now. The organization which I head, Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, or NGS Group, has collaborated with the Institute since before my appointment in 2011. It is in that context of collaboration that I deliver this speech, which will explore the CIoD and its roles, relevance, functions, and mandate in the last 40 years, describe our new charter status, explore some of the challenges and implications of the new charter status from the perspective of members and other stakeholders, and conclude with a look at the future of our great institute. The Institute of Directors Nigeria, founded on 17th May 1983, has since been at the forefront of promoting good corporate governance practices in Nigerian companies and the public sector. Through its various activities, the Institute has created a remarkable track record of developing professional standards of directorship and providing best practice guidelines for company directors to perform their duties effectively and at international standards. The Institute is also known for its relevance both locally and internationally through its various programs organized for board directors, board members, CEOs, and senior management teams within the public and private sectors. The Institute is largely driven by a mission to build capacity of directors by competent and committed professionals through well-developed programs, mentorship schemes, sound ethical practices, and advocacy to enrich public policy. A high point for the Institute was the establishment of the Register of Independent Directors in Nigeria in 2017. The register provides one point of access for public and private organizations across industries to find competent independent directors who have met certain stringent requirements and gone through the Institute's specialized independent director masterclass. Let us now explore the relevance, functions, and mandates of the Institute in the last 40 years. Corporate governance and leadership development remains two critical areas required for every organization to maintain value addition and relevance in its operating space. The CIoD in Nigeria stands out as the premier corporate governance and leadership development body due to the huge impact it has had on the leadership of many organizations in Nigeria. Over the last 40 years, the Institute has organized about 1,100 onshore and offshore courses, training over 19,000 directors in the process. This excludes other capacity development programs like the annual director conference, annual director dinners, etc. These directors have contributed significantly to building successful organizations rooted on strong corporate governance and ethical practices. I have also seen how prioritizing these aspects of the business has positioned so many organizations, including the NGS Group PLC, for long-term success in an ever-evolving business landscape. Today, CIoD Nigeria is accepted domestically and internationally for its leading role in corporate governance and leadership development, and has been cited as one of the most successful professional bodies in national and international fora. The Institute continues to achieve its objectives to safeguard and promote the interest of directors of companies, business executives, and professionals in Nigeria through various channels, but I'll focus on three areas. One, promoting corporate governance practices and standards through continuing development of policy notes, position papers, and guidelines. Two, developing director skills through director development programs, platforms for peer interactions, and exchange of learnings and ideas through networking events. And three, advisory services and facilitation of board appraisals. Over the years, and with the support of the Institute, many organizations have embraced the culture of good corporate governance and leadership development. One of the challenges boards have faced in recent past is how to achieve diversity in the boardroom. The demand for diverse boards, C-suites, and workforce has never been stronger. There is widespread agreement that diversity within these groups better reflects and better serves a diverse global society, and accordingly improves leadership, governance, and ultimately financial performance and reputational strengths of companies. According to Grant Thornton, estimates the global opportunity cost of not having a diverse board is about $650 billion US. Benefits of diversity and inclusion at the board level include signaling a wider intention to address inclusion and impact company culture across the board, positive customer and employee reputation, increased cultural awareness, better problem solving and better decision making, and underrepresented groups feel more comfortable expressing concerns. Diversity cuts across profession, gender, race, ethnicity, skills, experience, and age. The CIoD Nigeria, in a clear demonstration of its leadership role, recently formed Young Directors Forum, in part to address age diversity in the boardroom. The Young Directors Forum, or YDF, will capture directors that are young across companies in all sectors. Under YDF, these young directors are brought together for capacity development and mentorship with the aim of giving them the right tutelage to grow their leadership experience, exposure, and corporate governance skills and standards. The YDF will allow us to discover and nurture young directors who would be supported by the Institute to become outstanding directors of successful businesses and provide them with opportunities for progressive advancement in membership status till they become full members of CIoD Nigeria. Let's now touch upon the charter status. On August 1st, 2023, the federal government published via Gazette, Official Gazette number 138, the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria Establishment Act 2023. The Act has 7 parts covering application, establishment, and objectives of the Institute, staff and employees of the Institute, membership of the Institute, register of members, financial provision, establishment powers and composition of investigative panel and disciplinary tribunal, and miscellaneous provisions. Key highlights of the Act include the establishment of the Chartered Director category of membership, provision of establishment of branches in every state capital with the head office in Abuja, establishment of the investigative panel, the disciplinary tribunal to consider cases referred by the investigative panel, provisions for appeal to Federal High Court, associated penalties with provisions for jail time. I hope I have your attention. If you're a director and, our chairman was talking about, being able to enforce certain rules. The Institute now has the powers to do that. So we should all take note. And new powers to require members to take insurance, maintain such liability insurance or bonding schemes, and maintain other funds for protection of third parties. I imagine these funds would be similar to the investor protection funds that we have at the exchange. These and other new powers conferred on the Institute come with many challenges and opportunities for the Institute and its members, some of which I would explore. Globally and in recent times, boardrooms are evolving as the C-19 pandemic has disrupted normal working practices. This has ultimately adversely affected board composition and operations such that the expectations of boards and individual directors are now expanded beyond the traditional roles to accommodate new trends and current realities. Heightened scrutiny, empowered investors, rising competition, regulation, business, and technological disruption, combined with the record pace and unpredictability of change, have dramatically altered how boards are comprised and ultimately redefined board roles. The requirements of board members have also expanded to include greater involvement in strategy, investor engagement, and executive management succession planning. This is due, amongst other factors, to greater transparency, stricter governance, and demands for change from institutional investors and various stakeholders. Directors who are members of CIoD will be looking to the Institute to provide pathways towards aligning with these emerging realities in Nigeria. Governance issues for Nigerian companies largely mirror global trends. This creates some pressure for boards to adopt best practices in order to maintain competitive and to attract global investment flows. The charter status of the Institute means that it must be front and center in addressing these issues, as its members, especially the chartered directors, hold themselves out as boardroom professionals. In the interest of time, I've chosen to highlight 3 challenges and 3 opportunities precipitated by the new charter status of the Institute as articulated in the Act. 1, restructuring. The Act calls for the headquarters of the Institute, which is currently located in Lagos, to be in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. It also requires the Institute to establish branches in the capital of each state of the Federation. So we're talking 36 new branches. According to the Institute's website, it maintains 3 zonal offices in Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Abeokuta. So the expansion is going to be quite high. The Act also provides for the Institute to set up 2 new bodies on a standing basis, the Investigative Panel and the Disciplinary Tribunal. The Institute will be required to restructure and significantly expand its staffing and operations to cover these new locations and responsibilities, in addition to relocating its headquarters. Funding. The Act touched upon 3 potential sources of funding, including subscriptions, penalties, and donations. How the Institute will grow its funds to be able to adequately finance its restructuring and expansion mentioned above remains to be seen. I'm sure that it's very high on the minds of the new governing council. Membership. The Act provides for a new membership category called the Chartered Director. How this category relates with the other existing categories was not spelled out in the Act, but was left to the governing council. The Institute will need to outline requirements for attaining Chartered Director status and clarify whether it is only available to professional directors, sometimes we call them portfolio directors, or to all members. I'm sure the Institute is already working on this as well. So those are just a few immediate things that come to mind. In terms of opportunities, transparency. Investors in Nigerian businesses, foreign and domestic, are becoming increasingly empowered to demand action and disclosure on the growing number of topics, and with failure to meet these demands, more likely than ever to vote against companies and individual directors at annual shareholder meetings. Globally, this trend is amplified as proxy access proposals are beginning to receive shareholder approvals, and activist investors are using this as a strategy for gaining board seats and, in some cases, control of companies. The Institute, with its new powers backed by law, is well positioned to drive improvements in transparency catalyzed by board directors who are its charter holders. 2, enhanced board effectiveness practices. Investors and stakeholders expect companies to adopt proper composition, refreshment, and evaluation practices to enhance corporate performance and minimize risk whilst improving overall board effectiveness. As rigorous board effectiveness practices become the norm, some of the largest global investors and proxy advisors are directly calling for robust board evaluation programs. Additionally, there is growing legislation and guidance on board evaluation programs in developed and emerging economies. The Institute is in a position to strengthen its advisory and facilitation of board appraisal practice through mandates to its charter holders. Increased focus on ESG issues. That's the third and final one. Over the past several years, investors have increasingly focused on portfolio companies' ESG oversight, reporting, and performance. As ESG is used by investors in capital markets to assess corporate behavior and evaluate future financial performance, boards must increasingly track how their firm's ESG behavior and risk can impact profitability. At the global level, various sustainability standard boards have merged to create the International Sustainability Standard Board, ISSB, governed by the IFRS, the International Financial Reporting Council, I think. The first two sustainability standards under IFRS were recently adopted in Nigeria by the Financial Reporting Council for companies in Nigeria. This movement towards a consistent set of market-based standards will likely be accomplished by legally required disclosures and can be supported by the Institute through mandates to its charter holders for all companies. Again, all these companies have boards of directors, and the reports actually belong to the board. So in conclusion, Alhaji Tijjani Borodo, the newly elected president of the Institute, has spoken of his strategic agenda to continue to promote excellence in corporate governance and advocacy for policies and practices that foster growth and innovation. This will be built on review, reform, and reinvigoration. A number of the considerations in this paper align with the agenda of the president, and I wish the CIoD Nigeria great success in executing its vision and achieving major milestones during the 2 years of this presidency. Thank you very much for listening.
Let's put our hands together for Oscar Onyema. Let me acknowledge a few of our sponsors for tonight. Yes, I think I have. Okay, we have the Boa Group as part of our sponsors. We want to say a very big thank you. First Bank Holdings, Salam, FBN Holdings, thank you so very much. Polaris Bank, thank you so very much. Afri Invest, thank you for what you've done. We have what? Grand Oak is also here with us. We have Kachi. Kachi is also here with us. And First Registrars, thank you for your support. We have NACO Avians, thank you for your support. And we have the First Trust Mortgage Bank, thank you for your support. And we have FBN Quests, thank you all. At this point in time, let's also keep our eyes on the screen as we play you a few videos from our sponsors. Thank you so very much.
In 1894, our first branch opened in Lagos, Nigeria. And we took our place in this new land brimming with possibilities and surprises. Take Kano, for instance, where the city's wealthiest trader made his first deposit. 20 bags of silver arriving on camelback. Aren't you glad that we offer online banking today? Expanding across the West African sub-region and beyond, our early presence made it possible for all hardworking Africans to build great things. So is it any wonder that not one, but two first bankers have gone on to become Nigeria's central banker? We are intricately woven into the fabric of society, supporting polo for over 100 years and pushing the limits of athletic performance. Rooted in tradition, but constantly leaning forward into the future. Are you coming?
You first. First Bank.
I've always been attracted to natural hair. My approach celebrates the style and pride of African women. My name is Kelechi Yibokoko, and I own the Yellow City Natural Hair Salon in Lagos. I worked hard to save enough money to open up my own salon, and every day since then has been hard work to build it into what it is today, a successful business. I'm proud of what I have achieved.
She's been telling me that she wants me to come back, even if it's just for a week. So I think she's going to be so surprised.
Okay, go.
What kind of surprise is this?
3, 2, 1, go, 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 go.
What is happening today?
I was very excited to see my mom happy today.
Okay, we are all here today to celebrate you.
Oh my God!
We are proud of you, woman. My daughter works so hard. I'm so proud of her.
Everything Kelechi does specifically for a family.
I don't understand what is happening today.
It's inspiring for me to see my country people working so hard to achieve their success. Today, I'm proud to be Nigerian.
My advice, find something you're really passionate about and work as hard as you can, because nothing beats this feeling right now.
Every single day, we evolve, always on a relentless quest for progress and transformation, pushing boundaries to pave way for extraordinary beginnings. Discover a new and revolutionary way to invest. Optimus by AfriInvest. With Optimus, you can grow your money in Naira or dollars. Create savings plans that match your goals and diversify your investments with mutual funds and equities, all on one simple and secure platform, no matter what your aspirations are. Optimus empowers you to build a financially secure future. Join the league of smart investors who are achieving their money goals like never before. Download Optimus by AfriInvest today and enjoy extraordinary beginnings.
We are Bank of Agriculture, BOA, Nigeria's foremost agric banking institution. Our core mandate include to provide agricultural credit facilities to support all agricultural value chain activities, provide non-agricultural microcredit, mobilize savings through promotion of cooperatives, provide technical support and financial advisory services, among others. Our services include direct credit product, large credit product to commercial agric concerns, youth agricultural revolution in Nigeria, on lending credit product, input procurement credit facility, mechanization service provider operators, storage component of the agricultural value chain, agro-processing facilities, haulage credit facilities, rice and maize production, poultry farming, fishery and aquaculture, beef and dairy production, commodity exchange support. We have pioneered agricultural and national development roles since 1973 and have remained strong. BOA, improving lives, growing communities.
Alhaji Tijjani M. Borodo, LLM, F.IoD, was born on the 16th of October 1957 in Buguru, Plateau State. He attended the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, where he earned a law degree in 1979, a barrister at law BL qualification from the Nigerian Law School in 1980, and a master's degree in law from the University of Essex, United Kingdom in 1985. Alhaji Borodo began his legal career in 1981 as a People's State Counsel at the Ministry of Justice in the former Kano State, which included Kano and Jigawa states. Here, he showcased an unwavering passion for justice, particularly in criminal cases, eventually rising to the esteemed position of Director of Public Prosecution until September 1988. This esteemed position served as a statement to his exceptional legal prowess and unwavering dedication to upholding justice. In October 1988, Alhaji Borodo transitioned into the world of banking, joining First Bank of Nigeria as the Regional Legal Manager North. His remarkable and exceptional contributions were absolutely indispensable in effectively implementing essential banking policies in the northern region. The successful implementation of these essential policies within this geographic region played a pivotal role in driving and facilitating the growth and development of the banking sector within this particular area. His track record of success culminated in his appointment as Company Secretary of First Bank of Nigeria Limited and subsequently Executive Vice President and a key member of the Executive Management Team. Throughout his tenure, which lasted for more than a decade, he played a pivotal role in the bank's journey towards becoming a world-class institution. In June 2013, Alhaji Borodo was appointed as the Pioneer Company Secretary of FBN Holdings PLC, marking a new chapter in his illustrious career. His instrumental role in the successful admission of FBN Holdings into the prestigious Premium Board of the Nigeria Stock Exchange in 2015 further solidified his reputation as a key figure in the industry. In October 2017, after dedicating 29 years of impeccable service to the group, Alhaji Borodo took a well-deserved retirement from FBN Holdings. He was appointed as a member of the technical committee responsible for drafting the Financial Reporting Council's Nigeria Code of Corporate Governance in January 2018. The exceptional achievement of Alhaji Borodo in the realm of corporate governance resulted in his selection to serve on the esteemed boards of numerous institutions. Notably, he served as chairman of the board of FBN Quest Trustees Limited in July 2017, showcasing his exemplary leadership skills. Additionally, his expertise was evident through his active involvement on the boards of other institutions, including FBN Insurance Brokers, Insourcing Limited, First Registrars, First Dependent, First Nominees, and many others. Currently, Alhaji Borodo continues to contribute his expertise and knowledge as a board member at Salam Nigeria Life Insurance Limited, Signature Bank Nigeria Limited, and Cowrie Asset Management Company Limited. Aside from his professional responsibilities, he is actively engaged in philanthropic endeavors and devotes his time to various non-profit organizations. One of such organizations is the Hajia Safia Borodo Foundation, where he serves on the board of trustees as a director and secretary. Additionally, he is dedicated to serving the Muslim community and holds significant positions as a member of the board of trustees and vice chairman of the Island Muslim Community. This organization is committed to enhancing the well-being of Muslims in Lagos Island, Ikoyi, Victoria Island, and Lekki. Alhaji Borodo is constantly driven by his insatiable thirst for knowledge and personal growth. This has led to his participation in numerous executive leadership training programs, both domestically and internationally. Some of the prestigious institutions where Alhaji Borodo has attended executive leadership training sessions include Lagos Business School, Harvard Business School, Boston, USA in November 2003, 2005 and 2012. Oxford Management Center, London in December 2007. Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, USA in November 2010. Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University, USA in December 2010. CBN and FITC Continuous Education Program. Continuous Program for Directors of Banks and Other Financial Institutions, Lekki, Lagos in October 2012. Euro Money Conference, New York, USA in June 2013 and Institute of Directors, Nigeria Independent Directors Masterclass in May 2018 and a host of other training and executive training programs. Alhaji Borodo has also embarked on numerous other educational endeavors. Alhaji Borodo's exemplary professional journey is enhanced by his profound membership of several reputable organizations, a prime illustration of his commitment in his notable association with the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, CIoD. Within this esteemed institution, he has been entrusted with key responsibilities, including serving as honorary legal advisor and vice president, a testament to his exceptional leadership abilities. Moreover, his expertise extends to the legal arena, as he is an esteemed member of the International Bar Association and the Nigerian Bar Association. His unwavering education to the field of banking is further affirmed by his honorary senior membership in the prestigious Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. He is also a fellow of the Society of Corporate Governance Nigeria. In 2019, he published an autobiography titled A Journey in Leadership. Currently, he serves as the principal partner of Tijjani M. Borodo and Associates, a prestigious law firm with offices in Lagos and Abuja. Alhaji Borodo is happily married with children and grandchildren.
In accepting the office of the President and Chairman of the Governing Council to which you have been elected in the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, will you discharge to the best of your ability all the duties of that office?
I will.
Will you uphold the professional standing, honor, and dignity of the Institute at all times by example and precept?
I will.
Will you be governed by the provisions of the Chartered Institute of Directors Nigeria Establishment Act 2023, the Institute's Governance and Ethics Code, and abide by the policies, rules, and procedures established by the Governing Council?
I will.
And will you work diligently and faithfully for the advancement and betterment of the Institute and its members?
I will.
Now take the oath of office.
I, Alhaji Tijjani M. Borodo, do solemnly pledge to uphold the goals, mission, and objectives of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria. I pledge to consciously and faithfully perform my duties to the best of my abilities in the service of the Institute. I pledge to work in a concerted effort with other council members to provide strategic leadership and direction towards achieving the goals and objectives of the Institute.
Distinguished members of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, it is my distinct pleasure to declare Alhaji Tijjani M. Borodo, LLM, F.IoD, installed into the office to which he has been elected. Now at this point, may I request all of you to stand and remain standing. Will all members of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, respond to the following statement? Having elected Alhaji Tijjani M. Borodo, LLM, F.IoD, as your president and chairman of the Governing Council for the next 2 years, will you carry out your obligation to support and assist him in achieving the Institute's goal? Thank you very much. You may be seated. Mr. Alhaji Borodo, it is my pleasure to offer my congratulations to you and welcome you as the latest president of the Nigerian Institute of Directors.
Thank you, George.
Let's keep the applause. Let's keep the applause for our president. All hail, Mr. President. All hail, Mr. President.
Thank you, George. Thank you very much.
So go to the sign.
As I sign.
Whilst Mr. President is signing the oath of office, let's get our immediate past president, Dr. E.J. Jidema, and other past presidents ready as the instrument of office will be presented to our new president. I think it's a good place to put our hands together for this auspicious event. Let's keep the applause going. Let's keep the applause. Let's keep the applause. Congratulations, Mr. Alhaji Tijjani Borodo, the 18th President, Chairman, Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Bankers, Directors of Nigeria. Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria. Let's keep the applause. Let's keep the applause. Let's keep the applause. Let's keep the applause. As we make welcome the immediate past president, Dr. Mrs. E.J. Jidema, and other past presidents, as the instrument of office is being presented to our new president. Mr. President, sir, please take the center stage. Please take center stage. Bring down the music.
Sorry, I'll just... Mr. Chairman, please permit me to stand on the established protocols. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, privilege, and pleasure to formally hand over to the 18th President of the Chartered Institute of Directors, ably supported and guided by the past presidents, led by the doyen of past presidents. It's indeed nostalgic seeing Borodo. He has gathered all of you. First banker, a bank of so many years, the oldest bank. He has transmitted from being board player to a guru. So today, give him a warm round of applause. Thank you very much. So, at this point,
Sad reality from one president to another.
Thank you very much.
From one president to another. Power had changed hands. Authority has changed hands. Let's keep the applause for our 18th president, Alhaji Tijjani Borodo. Let's keep the applause. Let's keep the applause. Let's keep the applause. This happens only once in 2 years. Paparazzi, photographs. Can we bring down the music, please? You don't have men and women like this beside you and you will fail. There is no way Alhaji Borodo would fail. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you our 18th president, Alhaji Tijjani Borodo, the president of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria. Let's keep the applause for our new president. Let's keep the applause for our new president. Let's keep the applause for our new president. Alhaji Borodo,
That's my phone now.
this is how this man will take care of you. At this point, your first duty as the 18th president at this point in time, with a rousing applause, let's welcome our new president, Alhaji Tijjani Borodo, for his very first assignment.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Special guest of honor, His Excellency, my brother, Dr. Dauda Lawal, Executive Governor of Zamfara State, ably represented by another brother of mine, Moukhtar Lugga, the Chief of Staff of His Excellency, the Chairman of the occasion, Chief Dr. Olusegun Osunkeye, CON, OFR, FCA, D.FIoD, and so many others, past presidents. Thank you, sir. The Royal Father of the Day, His Highness Alhaji Aminu Bayero, CFR, CNOL, Justice of the Peace, Mai Martaba Sarkin Kano, Allah ya taimaki sarki. Ably represented by my elder brother, Sarkin Shanun Kano, Alhaji Shehu Mohammed. The guest speaker, Mr. Oscar Onyema, OON, F.IoD, Group Managing Director, CEO, Nigerian Exchange Group. Oscar, will come a long way with you. You've thrown the challenge to me here. You trust I will do my best. My IPP, the immediate past president, Dr. E.J. Jitema, F.IoD. The doyen of past presidents, Chief, Mr. Dr. Alhaji, Chief Farmer, Emmanuel Ijewerisa. Other distinguished past presidents here, members of the Governing Council of the Institute, members of the Investiture Planning Committee, fellows, and members of the Chartered Institute of Directors, members of the Borodo family here, ably led by Professor Musa Mohammed Borodo, our valued sponsors and guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, my lovely wife, Larry, Good evening and welcome to this auspicious occasion of my investiture as the 18th President of the Chartered Institute of Directors. First, I want to deeply appreciate my Creator, Almighty Allah, for granting me the abundant benevolence and mercies to witness today and assume the exalted office. It has pleased God Almighty to grant me this privilege, and I'm most grateful to Him. Alhamdulillah. It is with humility, great honor, and deep sense of responsibility that I appreciate my investiture today as the 18th President and Chairman of the Governing Council of our great institute, the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria. I'm humbled and privileged to step into the shoes of my immediate past President of the Institute, from whom I have learned a great deal and with whom I have worked to keep the banner of the Institute flying. Dr. Jidema, thank you for your leadership. I am more comfortable now to serve in this new capacity because I am obviously surrounded by highly experienced, knowledgeable, and selfless officers and members who are passionate in giving back to humanity as they champion the cause of good corporate governance. I'm talking of the members of the PCSC. The first Vice President, Mr. Tunji Oyebanji. The second Vice President, my sister, Aminu Oyegbala. My Treasurer, Mr. Oyetunji. My Honorary Legal Advisor, Dr. Hassan. I'm privileged to have you as a team to run the presidency for the next 2 years. I count it a rare privilege to lead Nigerian premier corporate governance institute and a leading promoter of ethical professional standards, the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria. I'm indeed inspired by the show of love, encouragement, and congratulations I have received since my election in June. I humbly accept the role and responsibilities of this exalted office of the President and Chairman of Governing Council of our great institute. I promise to work tirelessly with other officers and colleagues at the institute to uplift the brand, mandate, values, and visions of Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria. This tenure will be driven by broad strategic visions and aspirations of Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, as approved and currently being implemented by the Institute. However, there will be new initiatives that will further drive the full actualization of the strategic plan of the Institute. To this end, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to inform you that there will be continuity of the initiatives of immediate past President Dr. E.J. Jidema, F.IoD, which are inclusiveness, impactful branch growth and expansion, full implementation of Chartered Institute of Directors, chartership status, development of the CIoD towers, and the completion of the decentralization of the Institute with full application of data analytics in operations and research. I promise we'll continue with that good initiatives. These initiatives, which are targeted at driving the future readiness of the Institute, are at the heart of our current strategic plan and will be fully accomplished during my tenure. I promise you that. My strategic agenda is to continue to promote excellence in corporate governance and advocate for policies and practices that foster growth and innovation, which will be built on my 3-point agenda, which I tag 3 R's: review, reform, and inauguration of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria. Membership and branch development. This is necessary a view of emerging dynamics of Institute's membership status due to the chartership of the Institute. Also, the current changes in the digital operations deployed for managing members and operations of the Institute's secretarial call for tracking and constant invigoration. That's where the review will come. Closely linked to this will be an intentional searchlight beamed on the growth of the Young Directors Forum, as well as the nascent mentoring scheme. The need to take this project to the next level cannot be overemphasized. Another key area that will attract our attention over the next 2 years is the drive for partnership with reputable professional bodies and educational institutions within and outside Nigeria. This trend aligns with the Blue Ocean strategy being globally adopted for business growth in the world today, as opposed to the Red Ocean strategy. This is where the reforms will come. Given the fact that the composition of the Chartered Institute of Directors Governing Council will change as a result of the Institute chartership, we will deliberately work towards deepening and expansion of the inclusiveness initiative during my tenure. We will seek to emplace the Council, the ESCO, and other standing policy committees with people of diverse backgrounds, skills, industry, ideology, culture, gender, age, ethnicity, religion, experience, geographical difference, and so on. I believe that by enduring a more inclusive system, our esteemed institute will benefit more from rich and innovative ideas from members, making more effective decisions and provide better guidance and direction that guarantee prosperity in an ever-changing business environment today. CIoD in Nigeria will become more adaptable, resilient, and sustainable. That's where the integration counts. Then more importantly, we will focus attention from now on the development of the roadmap for implementation of the Charter's statutes of the Chartered Institute of Directors. I'm happy, I'm really happy, I'm pleased to announce that the Governing Council of the Institute a few days ago has approved the composition of a Charter Implementation Roadmap Committee, headed by one of our best brains, one of our past presidents, Alhaji Dr, who is supported by eminently qualified people. He's a first among equals. If you see the team, each one of them has a distinct career, and we believe that is the beginning of moving the institute to become the really Chartered Institute of Directors. Alhaji Rufai, that is my challenge to you. I've passed that one to you. On our growth, we will also continue to work with existing partners and create a wider platform to accommodate new ones and ensure that our corporate governance advocacy activities achieve a higher level of effectiveness, which will be measured by the response of various tiers of government and the corporate community to our proposals on policy and board direction in attracting foreign direct investment to the Nigerian economy. We will do that by the grace of God. Your Excellencies, Your Highness, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I hereby solemnly pledge, by the help of Almighty Allah, to stand on the shoulders of our past leaders in order to position for greatness and align with the vision of our great institute. I therefore appeal to you all to join me in the journey of discovery for our institute, and let us chart this new course together in our drive for excellence and performance. Let me place my appreciation of the Presidential Investiture Planning Committee, led by the First Vice President of the Institute, Mr. Adetunji Oyebanji. Tunji, I thank you most sincerely, and the members of your team, and the management staff and the Secretariat for their relentless efforts in making this event a huge success. At this juncture, I would like to deeply appreciate my immediate family, led by our most senior brother here, Professor Borodo. Alhaji Bala is here. My sisters, my nieces, our children, our grandchildren, they are all here. We thank you most sincerely for the support. I thank all our VIPs and our guests and every single guest and member of our great institute for being here today. I'm truly looking forward to partnering with the members of the Governing Council, Executive Committee, PCSC, branch executive committees, the Director General, CEO, and the Secretariat to deliver value to our members. Thank you for listening, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Let's give the applause for our president.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Let's
very
give
much.
the applause for our president. Oh, yes, yes.
Thank you very much.
With a standing
Thank you
ovation.
very much.
Mr. President,
Thank you
we
very
have
much.
your support.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, sir, the challenge you threw to me about public sector coming under the search, sir, my brother here, Ambassador Shaibu, is the Executive Secretary of the Financial Reporting Council. I'm sure he would have been feeling that you are throwing that at him. Ambassador, it is thrown at me. We've worked with you closely over the years. I assure you we'll deliver on this mandate. Already, they are working on that. I promise you, we'll deliver on this mandate. Sir, mai girma Sarkin Shanun Kano, I heard what you said His Highness told you to tell me this morning in terms of the challenge ahead of me. Sir, I'm too small to send you on an errand, but I'm responding to what His Highness has said, sir. Sir, kindly let His Highness know that he has a true son, and I promise him I'll deliver. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before you leave the stage, one more assignment for you, Mr. President.
You know the DG, he's the driver, you know? When you are president as the DG, and you have to listen to him. He's the constant one there. And if you are president, you must listen to the DG. DG, thank you for the reminder. I thought we were taking that at another level, but we'll do it now. My IPP. IPP means immediate past president. The council at the last meeting has graciously accepted my recommendation that we should confer on Dr. Ije Jidema to be D.FIoD, Distinguished Fellow of the Institute of Directors, my IPP. Congratulations.
Let's make welcome.
My IPP, can you come forward, please? Do you want anybody?
Let's keep the applause going, please.
I'll read this. Now, my IPP, my past presidents, the tradition is that you normally come here. I don't want to break the tradition. I've listened to the DG. He said I should crave your indulgence because of time frame. If you allow me the privilege of, on your own behalf, because you took that decision to do this task at this level, may I have your permission, please? Thank you, Doi. My IPP. Ladies and gentlemen, this is conferment of distinguished fellows. This is to certify that Dr. Mrs. Ije Jidema, D.FIoD, has this day been elected a distinguished fellow under the common seal of the Chartered Institute of Directors, dated today, 14th September 2023. Congratulations. This is the certificate.
The past president's gallant.
Okay. You see, this one is a privilege I have. Only past presidents get this. And it's an honor I put this on the neck of my immediate past president.
That's done.
It is most gracious of the 18th President of our Chartered Institute of Directors to make this award on behalf of the Council, and I'm really very, very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Master. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Mr. President, more assignments for you. More assignments for you.
Stay here. Okay.
At this point, there will be presentation of plaques. Let's invite the chairman of the event, Chief Osunkeye. Please make welcome. Thank you so very much, sir. Let's put our hands together.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, may I invite our past presidents to join us to honor our guest speaker, my past presidents, our past presidents. Can you join us to honor our distinguished speaker? Our chairman.
It's a good place to encourage our past presidents with an applause. Thank you.
Well, the Doyen had just made a comment that the immediate past president was at the top. Now she's at the bottom of the ladder of past presidents, but the young shall grow, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Chartered Institute of Directors, I present this to Chief Dr. Olusegun Osunkeye as the chairman at the investiture of the Institute 18th President and Chairman of Council, held on this Thursday, 14th September 2023. Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations, sir. That's right. President, touch it. President, touch it, sir. Hi. Is that okay? Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now I can shake your hand.
I think there's enough.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Dr. Olusegun Osunkeye. Thank you so very much.
No, sir, two more, sir.
At this point, let's make welcome the special guest of honor represented by Alhaji Moukhtar Lugga, MON.
No, they won't see it at the back.
Let's put our hands together. All right, past presidents, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. The next we have is presentation to the special guest of honor, ably represented by the Chief of Staff. That is the Chief of Staff to the Governor of Zamfara State, in the person of Alhaji Moukhtar Lugga.
Let's put our hands together.
This is presented to His Excellency Alhaji Dauda Lawal, Executive Governor of Zamfara State, as special guest of honor at the investiture of the 18th President and Chairman of Council of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, held on Thursday, 14th September 2023. Ably represented here by the Chief of Staff. Alhaji Moukhtar, this we give you as a token of appreciation of the role His Excellency has played in this function. Thank you very much. Hi, people. Can you join me? Hi, people.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's put our hands together. Let's welcome our guest speaker, Oscar Onyema. Mr. Oscar Onyema.
One more, sir. This Oscar.
Let's put our hands together for Mr. Oscar Onyema as he makes his way to the podium.
Oscar, I was telling the Doyen that it's like somebody giving an award to himself. But we have to do what is right. And we thank you for being here. For the paper you presented as a guest speaker, Mr. Oscar Onyema, Group Managing Director, CEO, Nigerian Exchange Group. We thank you most sincerely for the paper. And we thank you for the challenge you've thrown to us. I believe we'll work with the NGX to achieve this for the betterment of the Nigerian economy. Congratulations. This is to you. Thank you.
That's the last one.
Okay. May I invite my elder brother, Alhaji Mohammed, Tijjani Kano, to come and accept this plaque on behalf of His Highness, the Royal Father of the Day, Alhaji Aminu Bayero, Sarkin Kano. This is presented to His Highness Mai Martaba Sarkin Kano, Alhaji Aminu Bayero, as the Royal Father of this day of the investiture of the 18th President of the Chartered Institute of Directors, dated today, 14th September 2023. He is ably represented by my elder brother, Alhaji Mohammed, Tijjani Kano. Sir, this is for His Royal Highness. We thank you for his commitment and your support. And as I promised, I have taken the challenge and I will deliver. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. DG.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's put our hands together for our President. Thank you, Mr. President. Did he do his very first assignment very well? Is he a pass mark on his first assignment? Congratulations, Mr. President. Congratulations. All right, we are coasting home. We are coasting home as quickly as we can. At this point in time, it will be goodwill messages Let's just bear with us. It won't take more than 10 minutes. We'll be out of here. Let me invite Dr. Umar Farouk for his goodwill message this beautiful evening. Can we put the hands together for Dr. Umar Farouk?
Chairman of this occasion, members of the Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. I should like to begin by expressing my appreciation to the organizers of today's investiture ceremony for the opportunity to say a few words at this memorable occasion. Secondly, I should like to congratulate the Institute for recently achieving charter status after 40 years of existence. I commend successive leadership of the Institute, in particular, the immediate past president and chair of the Governing Council, Dr. E.J. Chidinma, and her team for achieving charter status for the Institute just before she left office. I also congratulate the Institute for electing Alhaji Tijjani Mohammed Borodo as the first president and chair of the Governing Council since it achieved charter status, and the 18th president and chairman of the Governing Council since the inception of the Institute 20 years ago. To Mr. Borodo, I say that the achievement of a charter status on the eve of your election as president and chair of the Governing Council is a big challenge to you. It means the bar has been raised. The corporate world of Nigeria, members of the Institute, as well as the government and general public, now have greater expectations from the Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria. As the first president and chair of the Governing Council of the CIoD Nigeria, after achieving charter status, the foundation you lay for the Institute shall define its future and how it is ranked or perceived among other CIoDs across the world. Having read the interview you gave the Guardian newspapers of Nigeria at your election last June, and given what I have known about you for many years before CIoD Nigeria was born, I make bold to say that the Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria could not have elected a better person to lead it at this critical juncture in its history. You can achieve your set goals of strengthening corporate governance, total adherence to the charter of the Institute, reforms and reinvigoration to enhance membership and professionalism, and ensuring inclusiveness in leadership and decision-making by remaining steadfast and focused. There will be many distractions from many quarters, but always remember that you have only 24 months to deliver on your commitments to the Institute. With that always at the back of your mind, you can ward off most distractions. May Allah bless you and your family with continuous good health, increased wisdom to distinguish right from wrong, the courage to stand by the right, and the piety to always remember that this position is amana, a trust from Allah, for which you will be called to account. I wish you a very successful tenure, and I look forward to congratulating you when you have delivered on your commitments at the end of your term. Mr. Chairman, members of the CIoD, invitees, and the celebrant and the Borodos, I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you.
Is here well represented, the representative of the Emir of Kano, Sarkin Sharin Kano, and other distinguished people here present. Allow me to stand on existing protocol. It is my extreme honor and privilege on behalf of the family of the late Alhaji Muhammadu Borodo and the Hajia Safia Foundation to say a few words on this occasion on the investiture of our brother Alhaji Tijjani Borodo as the 18th president of the Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria. Let me start by thanking you all for gracing this occasion. We regard it as a great honor done to the family and the people of Kano in particular and Nigeria in general. We sincerely hope from the good words you have said about our brother that he will indeed deliver during his 2-year tenure. I have listened carefully to the guest speaker and the implication of the change of this institute to a chartered body and the responsibilities it carries with it. There is no doubt it will require courage, hard work, and probity to try and address the requirements. From what we know of Alhaji Tijjani Borodo, whom I personally know for over 60 years, as a very well-composed, hard-working, gentle, and concerned individual to family and wider society, also very focused and dogged in his professional responsibilities. It is our hope that by the grace of Almighty God, he will be able to deliver as expected. Let me finish this small address by once more thanking you for gracing this occasion and congratulating the Institute. And we hope that during his tenure and thereafter, he will reach other heights beyond what you have done, with particular responsibility not only to sanitize the private sector, but also the public sector from the implication of your new name. I'd like to thank you most sincerely for listening, and we'll wish everybody safe journey back to their respective homes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. At this point in time, for the final goodwill message, let me invite Alhaji Dr. Ahmed Muazu, former governor of Bauchi State, for his goodwill message. Can we put our hands together for Alhaji Muazu?
Distinguished invited guests, I wish to, for a shortage of time and everybody is tired, I feel I should just continue on existing established protocol. Tonight, I join hundreds and thousands of people that have come here to celebrate with our friend and our brother Alhaji Tijjani M. Borodo, President of the Institute, President and Chairman of the Chartered Institute of Directors, that has just come on board as the 18th President of the Institute. Alhaji Borodo is a childhood friend of mine, a brother, and for those of us that know him from before, from tele as they will say, we know he will come this far, and we're very happy to congratulate you tonight. It is our fervent prayers that the Almighty God that has brought you thus far will continue to increase and improve you in wisdom, patience, steadfastness to achieve what it takes to hold this position. We pray that whatever you find on ground that has been done by the very resilient leaders before you, 17 of them, you'll be able to definitely improve on it because that's a challenge. When you are delivering your speech, a friend of ours said to me, Tijjani, you should have delivered this as a soldier because you sound like a military man. I said, that is it. It is supposed to be a speech that is apt. Indeed, it was. I want to take this advantage. I want to take advantage of this to join your numerous friends, brothers, to congratulate you, Tijjani. May the Almighty Allah continue to bless you, guide you, protect you, and give you all it takes, the prerequisite wisdom, patience, tolerance for you to achieve the best of what you can achieve. God bless you. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Your Excellency. All right, I think we have done so well for ourselves this evening. Can we put our hands together for ourselves once again? At this point, let me make welcome the DG, Mr. Dele Alimi, for the vote of thanks.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I won't waste too much of our time, but I think it's just auspicious that we should say thank you and show our appreciation to people who have made this possible tonight. And first, I want to thank our special guest. And because I'm a man that is very at home with tradition, I will start with His Royal Majesty, the Emir of Kano, ably represented here by two prominent chiefs of that kingdom, Alhaji Sheikh Mohammed. Please, pardon my not being able to properly pronounce the title, and I will not attempt to bother it. But one thing I want to remind you was when you came here 6 years ago, I think it was also in this hall, you mentioned something about the power and the glory. For those who are here then, especially my past president, Ahmed Rufai Mohammed, you taught us, especially the president and the DG, where the power is and where the glory should be. I can assure you that we still maintain that till today, and we have never had any problem between the power and the glory. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very, very much for being here again to reiterate that. Thank you very much, and please, our appreciation to His Highness. I also want to thank our special guest of honor, the Executive Governor of Zamfara State, not only for being ably represented here today by Alhaji Moukhtar Lugga, MON, but also for supporting this program. It is unprecedented. We have always gotten support from the private sector, but this was a refreshing departure. We also got support from the public sector. Please extend our appreciation to His Excellency, that we thank him for breaking the ice and being one of the first public sector organizations to support us in this kind of program. We appreciate him. And of course, to our chairman, I don't know whether you want me to reveal this, but you all know that our chairman is the High Chief of Egbaland. And today is Alake's 88th birthday. But because of this program, our chairman sent an apology to His Royal Majesty that he has to be here. So I want to say a very big thank you for this support and for this selfless support. I know you will still make that trip to Abeokuta. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Thank you, Chief Olusegun Osunkeye. We appreciate you, sir. And of course, to our guest speaker, we didn't take it for granted. Mr. Oscar Onyema is one of us. He has been part of us. And like he said during his speech, he's a life member of the Institute and a fellow. But he's also a very busy man, very, very busy man. Just like the MC said, it is not every time you get to shake the hand of Oscar Onyema. And that was made possible by his being here today. We thank you very much for accepting. The moment we asked you, you never hesitated to say yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Onyema. And thank you for the history of the institute that you told us. We savour that, and we'll also take the challenge that you have given us. We hope we'll be able to deliver on the mandate. Thank you very much, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there are so many people to thank here. I want to thank our partner in progress, the Financial Reporting Council. For members who don't know now, the CIoD Nigeria has a seat on the board of the Financial Reporting Council today. And this was made possible by the collaboration with Alhaji Adamu, the ES. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much for being here today. I want to thank the League of Past Presidents, led by the Doyen, Mr. Emmanuel Jewere, D.FIoD. I want to thank Shetima Umar Abagana, D.FIoD, Ms. Benedicta Moloku, D.FIoD, Mr. Femi Ekudayo, D.FIoD, Mr. Chike Unwanze, D.FIoD. Okay, Mr. Keju is no longer there. I would also like to thank Alhaji Ahmed Rufai Mohammed, D.FIoD, Chief Chris Okunawa, D.FIoD, and the latest past president, Dr. Mrs. Ije Jidema, D.FIoD. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the support always. And of course, it is also important that we thank the committee that put this together under the able leadership of the first vice president of the institute, Mr. Adetunji Oyebanji, fellow of the institute. I want to thank all the members, and please, if I'm not asking for too much, I appreciate if we could just rise so that we can be appreciated by this guest tonight. Members of the Investiture Planning Committee, those of us that are still around, can we please rise? A round of applause for these ladies and gentlemen. They had only 4 weeks to plan this wonderful event. Only 4 weeks. And look at how glorious it is. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, sir. And of course, to our sponsors, we got an overwhelming support for this program. We want to appreciate the Zamfara State government, like I've done before. Thank you very much. We appreciate the BUA group. We appreciate the, I don't know what I should call it, the First Bank group, because not only did they support this program heavily, the First Bank group is, maybe I would say, the single most represented organization at this event today. Are we surprised? No, we aren't. I have FBN Holding here, we have First Bank Limited here, we have FBN Quest here. Thank you very much, First Bank. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much. And of course, we also got support from our able partner, Polaris Bank. Thank you very much. And I want to say a big thank you to the chairman of Polaris Bank, Mr. M.K. Ahmad, and chairman of Society for Corporate Governance. Thank you very much, sir, for this support. Thank you very much, Afri Invest. We appreciate you. Thank you very much, Bank of Agriculture. We appreciate you. We appreciate Grant Oak Limited, First Registrar, Kachi Limited, NACO Aviance PLC, First Trust Mortgage Bank PLC, Eternal All PLC. Thank you very much, everyone, for making this happen. We really appreciate you. Okay. Thank you very much. And I also want to appreciate, my colleagues in the Secretariat who worked assiduously with the direction and supervision of the committee to make this happen. We thank you very much. And let me, on behalf of the Institute, also thank two or three membership organizations who are ably represented there. The president of the Manufacturer Association of Nigeria is there. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for coming. We also have the president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, ably represented by the deputy president, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, FCA. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Thank you. And of course, I want to appreciate council members of the Institute, The honorary legal advisor is here. We have, I just don't want to miss people out. I know Alhaji Lamis Diko is here. Mr. Ephraim Oluwanuga is here. Mr. Dairu Usman is here. Thank you very much. The chairman of the Abuja branch is also here. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Safsa. And of course, we have a very large team from the Abeokuta branch of the Institute. Members of Abeokuta branch, I saw them with a table a few minutes ago. Thank you very much for coming. And of course, to all members who are here, all guests, all participants, our distinguished fellows who are here. I have Mr. Biodun Jaji, I have Mr. Moyo Ajekigbe, I have Mrs. Chibututu. Thank you very much. Those are distinguished elders of the Institute. I also have one of our newest council members, Dr. Biodun Adedikwe. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful day. There is no party like CIoD party. It's obvious. And I want to say thank you all for making this happen. It's been a wonderful event. I want to thank you for your patience, for staying with us for this long. And I wish you a wonderful journey back to your base. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.